It is my pleasure to bring to the stage Gabrielle Kurlander. As president and CEO of the All-Stars Project since 1990, Gabrielle has led All-Stars in its remarkable journey from a New York City-based grassroots organization to a national organization with operations now in 6 cities. She has spearheaded the All-Stars emergence as an innovative leader in the important new field of after-school development. Please join me in welcoming Gabrielle Kurlander.
Thank you. Welcome. It's a pleasure to be here with you at Dallas Dreams and Develops, introducing the All-Stars Project. Thank you so much for coming. And I want to give very special thanks to Dean David Chard, the Simmons School. He's just a wonderful visionary partner to be working with. I also want to thank those of you who are here from Dallas's arts organizations, nonprofit organizations, education organizations, foundations. We appreciate you coming, and thank you so much for how welcoming you've been of the All-Stars since we came here in September. You know, this is my 25th year. I'm celebrating my 25th year as CEO of the All-Stars, and I came here from our national headquarters on 42nd Street, actually, with a little detour to Chicago. But I live in New York. My background's in the theater. I'm an actor and theater director and a longtime community organizer. And I want to tell you a little bit by way of introduction about the All-Stars' unusual history. It's an untraditional history. I first met the All-Stars back in the late 1980s. It was grassroots and unfunded effort in New York City. Our roots were in the streets, and they still are. All-Stars didn't start out with a foundation grant or a governing grant or really any kind of grant at all. It began with a group of dedicated believers who volunteered their time and went into the poorest communities, into the no-go zones, and talked to people living there to find out what they needed. For over 30 years, we've organized in urban communities in New York, in New Jersey, in Chicago, in San Francisco Bay Area. We've just opened in Bridgeport, Connecticut as well, and now in Dallas. And in the early 90s, we began going to middle-class people and to affluent people and asking them to be part of this too. We'd already gone to the poor communities and said to them, this isn't about a handout. It's not charity. We want to partner with you in building something new for you and your community. And then we went to people of affluence and we said, we want you to give us your money and we want you to get involved, but we won't sell out our innovations because they work. And so the All-Stars is a story of a community organizing effort that started out dirt poor, was started by people without a dime in their pocket who sold plants on street corners to support their work, literally. And today it involves tens of thousands of people, and we raise privately many millions of dollars. But I wouldn't say that it's a rags to riches story, because I think it's a story of caring people from all backgrounds and beliefs who are coming together to bring development into America's poorest communities. So this approach, as Dean Chard was speaking about, it has implications for public policy, including the arena of anti-poverty work, which of course Dallas is properly turning its attention to now. So let's take a look at a video about the All-Stars and how we impact on the lives of young people in poor communities.
Look at all this. Look at this, man. Is this deep, man? It's been like this. You're deep in the hood now, where poverty breeds insanity. That's why you see all the people just out, nothing to do.
It's hell out here. There's nothing good about the ghettos. The condition of the people is bad out here. People's hustling, people robbing, shooting.
My brother got shot, he was right here on this gate right here. They shot my brother at least 19 to 22 times.
Young people getting killed, elderly people getting killed is nothing good out here, and it's hard.
Right here, corner of Springfield Maple, my cousin's father was stabbed. It's not good. We have young kids on the block and they see that a lot of this is going on. How's that going to affect them?
We don't have any more bowling alleys in the town or movie theaters. Those are big major outlets that we don't have, and then so you start to look for something else.
I attempted to rob a woman that was inside her car. At first I decided not to go until I started drinking. I had a BB gun. I wanted money to smoke. I wanted money for drugs. I failed. The cops came and I got locked up.
There's a lot of pressure on guys to sell drugs, like to smoke this and try that and be gangsters.
If it's about colors, because of the gang-related issue, oh, mommy, I can't wear this.
There's no hope because nobody gives us hope.
The All-Stars Talent Show Network is a program where young people perform and produce talent shows all about developing.
I was coming home from school, I was going downtown. I seen Miss Strickland and a group of other kids inside these bright red vests.
All-Stars Talent Show Network opens their doors to everybody.
I love that kids at the youngest of age get that confidence to stand up on a stage and scream to the world, whether it's through song or dance, but let the world know that, hey, I am here, recognize me for who I am.
Welcome y'all and give yourselves a round of applause for the 19 New Jersey All-Stars here in North New Jersey!
Getting up on that stage is harder than what it looks like.
I really didn't know what to expect when I was up on stage.
You could do it, Tariq, don't worry about it, don't worry, take your time.
I was nervous, of course.
Just hearing that was like, okay, I can do it, I can do it.
I actually won a grand prize in that first talent show.
Ignorance is bliss, no, ignorance is this. Reverence of the curse that is given with the gift. Heaven on earth.
When young people participate in the All-Stars, they have a really positive experience because most of the times in their lives they don't get listened to.
The auditorium is packed. It's all their families and friends, and the whole neighborhood comes out, and they get to go up on stage and be important and do a great job and get congratulated, and you were terrific and that was great. And sadly, not many times in their life do they get that feeling that I did something really good that I can be recognized for.
The New Jersey Development School for Youth is a leadership training program. We teach young people from impoverished environments what it takes to be successful in our diverse and cosmopolitan world.
I come to DSY, they had me writing things, saying things, using the knowledge that I learned in school and applying it to everyday conversation.
The DSY program, I think, has really mostly opened young people's eyes, because for the most part they would not have been in suburban corporate environments. They would not be given an internship at the tender young age of 16 or 17.
I was happy because, I have a job, and it's a corporate job, like a real job.
Got my first job basically in a Fortune 500 company working at MetLife, and it's like gave me an opportunity that I actually needed.
So I think it's one of the programs where it most shifts their thinking.
I was working.
You had to get dressed a little bit. You just couldn't come up in there sloppy.
It taught them how to be on time and the consequences if they were not.
A crucial part of the All-Stars is to get young people exposed, not just to other adults and other kids from different areas, but to the world. To see themselves as citizens of the world and not just, a part of their neighborhood and their block.
Today, you're going to an arts museum. So what might, in your imagination, be something that could happen in this experience today in an arts museum that might be a little bit new?
Yeah, some kind of metal.
Go to that place and put on your new eyes.
I liked it a lot. It really showed a lot of different ways people see art.
The different colors and shapes, the different things that they use to actually make the art. That was great.
When you develop people, you allow them to be comfortable outside of their comfort zone.
I take kids to a cocktail party in the suburbs, and it does put them in an uncomfortable position, absolutely. But the other thing it does, it teaches them that they can get out into the world and they can relate to people who don't look like them.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the All-Stars kind of shaped me.
People who are ultimately successful have more than just education as the way that they're successful.
Professionalism plays a part. You really have to know what you're talking about. So as I graduate this program, I started my internship at ITG Investment Technology Group, and I met a ton of great people.
How people interact with other human beings is important. How people actually could learn, just to learn over the course of time is important.
I've had parents come up at graduation and make statements like, I don't know what you people did, but it is so wonderful to see that my kid wants to live and wants to go out and do something in the world. They didn't have that before. They were sort of settling for, I guess this is it. And you people have changed the way they look at everything. This kid's going to school now, getting good grades.
Today I have a job. I'm focusing on getting in trade school. I do mentoring at the youth house, and I'm still working on my music and my poetry, and what's going to happen in the future, time will tell.
The All-Stars is in many ways taking our children and helping to lift them even further after the school day, to empower them even more, to give them the skills that we all know they need to compete and to succeed in life.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful about my future.
I've seen that video so many times, but I'm always touched by it whenever I see it. We'll be bringing those programs just like that here to Dallas, and we already are, so you'll be hearing about that a little later in our program. So after 3 decades of experimental grassroots experimentation, we've come up with an innovative and highly effective youth development model and a community development model. Let me just tell you a little bit about how it's innovative. All Stars is based on a whole different set of fundamentals which are distinct from some of the more traditional approaches. We challenge traditional thinking about how learning is produced, about whether development is possible beyond early childhood. We say yes. And let me just share 3 key points of our approach. First, we've identified growth and development as critical needs for people living in poor communities. When you're growing, you're able to learn, you're able to take advantage of opportunities and act on them, you're able to create a positive life for yourselves and with others. And poor people are generally deprived of opportunities for growth. Secondly, we use the power of performance on stage and off as a tool to help people create growth and development for themselves and their communities and their families. And in our program this afternoon, you're going to experience our performance model firsthand, so I think you're going to enjoy that. And third, All Stars has shown that after school is really a perfect arena to produce development. Our model gets everyone involved, and we use grassroots outreach, and we build bridges between people from different communities that have been divided. People from different racial backgrounds, who speak different languages, who come from different economic backgrounds, who live in different neighborhoods. So we launched here just last September with the support of Dallas-based philanthropists Hunter and Stephanie Hunt, who are with us today. And actually, our relationships to the Hunts is also a grassroots story. We met Hunter Hunt 17 years ago when he walked by a street outreach table in the Village in New York City and made a $10 donation. And All Stars has meant thousands and thousands of caring people all across the country in this way, doing grassroots outreach from all walks of life. Last year alone, our outreach teams across America spoke person to 45,000 people. And we offered them all the opportunity to grow with us. So we've come to Dallas to add our approach and our activities to the good work that many people are doing here. and to address poverty and the divisions that still exist between Americans. So thank you again for coming today. We really appreciate it. I also want to just give an acknowledgement and thanks to the police officers who are here. We have a wonderful partnership in New York with the New York City Police Department, in which we use performance to bring police officers to foster understanding between police officers and young people from the communities. So thank you for coming today. We look forward to working for you, with all of you, and we hope you have some fun today, and we're going to perform together and learn some new things together, because that's what growth is all about, and that's what the All-Stars is about. So thank you so much.